I'm honestly at a loss for words after watching this. Tory member of the Welsh Parliament, Darren Millar, courageously stood up to present hard-hitting facts about grooming gangs in Wales, a topic that has devastated countless lives and deserves immediate attention. Yet, instead of addressing the gravity of the issue, he was shamefully shut down. This moment perfectly highlights why we're facing such a persistent problem and underscores the urgent need for a full national inquiry into grooming gangs. The refusal to engage in an open and honest discussion is not only shocking but deeply disappointing. The Welsh Parliament's actions, or lack thereof, in this instance should leave every one of us questioning their priorities and accountability. In today's video, we'll be diving into this disgraceful clip, reacting to it, and breaking down why this issue cannot and must not be swept under the rug. Let's unpack the shocking reality together.
We know from media reports that young girls have been recruited by grooming gangs here in South Wales before being gang and then trafficked to Telford, Hereford and Blackpool. One victim has even said that she was strangled, she was threatened with a knife, and her home was threatened with being burnt down. She was then, I'm afraid to say, First Minister, 1,000 times. She didn't know the number of perpetrators because there were so many.
I do need you to come to your question now. You are being overly descriptive and I think verging on not being totally respectful of the victim at this point. So can you tone down the rhetoric slightly?
I'm afraid I'm simply reading facts.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
The use of language in this place needs to be making sure that you are keeping well away from inflaming any kind of discrimination or inciting of any kind of discrimination. You were doing very well, Darren Millar, with your first two questions in avoiding that. In your third one, you've become overly descriptive, and I need you to now reflect on that and just ask the question again, please.
I am not seeking to inflame anything.
Good. I'm glad you confirmed that. I'm glad you confirmed that. Now carry on with your question.
Yes. So we know that some of the things which have been described by victims have been absolutely sickening. We know that those things have taken place, young girls in Wales have taken place in terms of recruitment by grooming gangs in Wales.
Darren Millar, I ask you for your question.
So we need to know that these things, we don't have another Rotherham or Rochdale on our doorstep.
Darren
so can
Millar,
I ask
you're keeping to your script now, and you're not listening to my advice. If you do not ask your question in the next 10 seconds, I'm going to ask you to sit down. I did not expect to have to do this to you in your first few weeks as leader of the Welsh Conservative Party in here.
My question is this. Given that you oppose a UK-wide inquiry, given that we haven't had the assurances which I've sought from you today, and given the extent of public concern, will you now commission a Wales-wide inquiry into child sexual exploitation by grooming gangs here in Wales?
Darren, I've got to say I'm really disappointed in you. I wasn't expecting you to take on that kind of approach.